There's all kinds of things that you can do with calves to bulletproof them, and I'll show you some things when we're dragging some bags of shavings. But one of the first steps is when we have calves like this. These are a little bit older, but I'm working with them for someone. One of the biggest ways to get them desensitized, and when I mean that, I mean make them safe. So if we're working around them, they're cattle, we're gonna have to manipulate their feet. We don't want them kicking, we don't want them jumping, bolting. It can be dangerous. So don't baby them. You still have to read their body language. You got to figure out kind of what they're going to do before they do it. But one of the easiest things to do is working around their legs, cleaning out their bedding. Do it while they're standing there. So I've kind of already worked with these guys on this. I wish I had taken a video earlier, but a lot of it is just, you know, moving a fork or something in between them, a shovel, and don't be gentle in the sense of, like, you know, you don't want to hurt them, but don't be afraid to scare them a little bit, especially when it's underneath them. So you can still see he's a little uncomfortable, and don't hit him, but you can just kind of like touch them with the fork. Make sure that if they need to be cleaned out, you're doing it while they're standing there. Don't take them out, and have this as part of your training routine. You can still see he's a little uncomfortable with it, but that's okay. He's going to get used to it. The idea is, after a certain amount of time, when you're working them on a cart, pulling something with a chain, that way they don't get nervous. They don't move on you. They don't start kicking, getting agitated. You want them to trust you. And one of the biggest things that you can do to get them to trust you, even though it's not, you don't think of this as training, it is, because what's going to happen is they're going to know that if you're around, you're under control, or you have the situation under control, and you're not there to hurt them. Whereas in the beginning, when they're young like this, they're not going to know that. But after a certain period of time, just kind of messing around and manipulating things, they're going to get that idea. And always praise them and make sure that you tell them that they were good, but be smart about it. Understand that in the beginning they'll probably kick a little bit, so don't get in their way. But make sure that you just learn to read their body language. So one of the things that you do if you're loading something and you've got them on a chain or whatever it is, don't be afraid to make noise and let them know that you're around. You have to keep it under control, so you have to be in a safe spot. But if I'm going to load something, I'm not going to gently load it. I'm going to drop it in. But I'm going to do that after I build a little trust with them and I know that they're not going to run off. So that means working between them and seeing how they react with the chain and stuff like that. So don't be afraid to make some noise and watch their body language. And right now they're really good. So what's the point of all of this? The point is to make safe animals. Use their natural instincts to be scared when they're younger, to control it, and to show them that they can trust you. That's essentially what we're doing with the two things that we showed you and other things that you can build into this routine. If you don't do it and you got older animals, that's when you have dangerous situations. So don't baby them. Make sure that you train them to be bulletproof like this. It goes a long way.